Well, I guess... I don't know. Can we technically consider ourselves self-employed after what we just did?
I mean, I think with all the murders we've committed, that's probably the last of our worries.
Yeah, I don't know. Things feel a bit weird right now. Like this weird, like humanoid blood clot looking motherfucker with the baseball cap has been real keen on getting us to do these like particular hits for a certain reason. I'm not sure why.
Because it gives him a boner?
Yeah, he is a walking blood chud. Alright, let's see what's next on the agenda.
Ominous.
Well, good thing I'm a masochist. This level is conceptually and like thematically where it fits like in the reality of Cruelty Squad's universe. Is the first of the really weird ones. Like, you know how we've like talked about like we've covered plenty of Suda51 games, and there's usually a point where he loves fucking around on the line between like what is real and what is like figurative, or in some cases whether it's both. And yeah, you can bump the resolution down to 640 by 480. That actually has a practical in-game purpose.
Oh yeah,
but not in this level.
Yeah, that's gonna cause a few headaches, literally.
Not too bad. I play retro games, for God's sake. 640, 480 might as well be my lifeblood. A mysterious shrine, which this would actually be the first instance where if you came here and you weren't on Divine Light, you would find a white orb you could click, and it would restore you to Divine Light.
Oh, yeah.
This level's also a bit weird from a technical performance standpoint, because it was like no matter like what time of day or settings I had for recording, I just got like the weirdest inconsistent frame drops on a lot of things going through this. Like, there are just parts of the recording that end up being way too choppy for no reason, and it wasn't an issue from like my recording software. It was literally happening in real time as I was playing it. Also, with all the colors on screen and the patterns involved, this is clearly like a bitrate nightmare. Also, who's that friendly-looking, squiggly red orb fellow?
I don't know, but I think we should talk to him at the first available opportunity.
Maybe. Seems a bit risky, because he just seemed to like run over that one dude.
He's just really, really enthusiastic about giving hugs.
He just wants to make new friends.
Friendship time.
So like, I've been relishing the time that I've had standing on top of the level and just like having nothing like blocking me overhead. Unfortunately, we now have to go through like these very two-dimensional like corridors where we don't have any room for verticality.
Maybe bringing the Gripendix was a mistake.
I mean, at this point, it's just a habit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in Gorbino's quest. This is what the Archon grid is. Apparently for, like, us and I guess all these people who I suddenly just woke up in here divorced from the rest of actual reality.
Yeah, because everyone in this game has had such a strong tether to what is real and what is not. That includes us.
Yeah, again, like, I was not lying when, like, this is, like, a very confusing part of the game. Like, well, like, there have been other things about, like, how, like, theories of, like, how this world works, especially with the way it currently values things like life and death and the fact that you can just revive whenever, and why, like various corporate entities are willing to do cruel and unnecessary things in the name of profit, even when it makes no profitable sense.
Oh, you mean behave like corporations?
I have no genuine explanation for, other than we are in a physical, real-life manifestation of what playing the hit video game Gorbino's Quest is like. Just a completely bizarre, the most inhuman, escape room possible. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I got a perfect explanation for this. This is the Cruelty Squad's answer to, that government program creating, the whole setup for Cube.
That's an interesting one.
I mean, isn't that, the whole thing with Cube? Is that just, it's there's, either in the first or, certainly, in the second, Hypercube. Whereas, there's, some bureaucratic powers or whatever that are, putting people into, this cube death maze as, part of, some kind of experiment.
The first one, the only explanation we get is that it's being used because they put the money up for it, so they might as well. Third one, they kind of suggest that it's to try and discover whether or not people believe in God. But
yeah,
the third one was kind of a big mistake. Second one wasn't bad, but...
I forgot there even was a third one, actually. I thought I said the second because I just remembered the name Cube 2 Hypercube.
Yep, Cube 2 Hypercube.
Which is fun to say.
Cube 0, and then there was, I think it was a Japanese or Chinese remake that got put out just a few months ago, I believe.
Weird. Okay.
Not actually seen it, but it looks like it's taking, the few things I've seen from it, looks like it's going back to basics for the first one.
Yeah.
Wisely ignoring, at the very least, the prequel.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, that's generally just what I think of, because, I mean, sure, layout-wise, you're not in an actual, series of interconnecting cube rooms. But it sure as hell, when you're stuck in there, makes you feel like that you have woken up in a place that is not in any way resembling real life.
Yeah. The classic, you will wake up in a room, tabletop RPG campaign. Yeah.
Even other horror, franchises Saw, when those people wake up in those death trap rooms, you can at least, surmise, the kind of place it might be built into because of all, the horrifying, combinations of, real, machinery and, industrial shit.
Yeah, or even at the very least the dimensions of the room that you're in.
Yeah. So this path right here, there's a big puddle of toxic water. There's a lot of dogs. I'm not going to try and shoot all of them. Not because I think all puppers are good boys. These ones are definitely not.
All dogs go to heaven, but these ones deserve punishment.
Same for Nazi dogs.
Well, they don't know any better. They don't subscribe to any ideology. Except for Chihuahuas. They're fascists.
Subscribing to no ideology is arguably worse than having one. Way to think you're diffusing a situation and you just make it worse.
Okay, yes, you've got me there. All sitting on the fence does is get you splinters in your butthole.
Yeah. There is at least one reason I'm going this particular direction, and it's not because this is where the main target is, but it has a very interesting hidden room that's kind of important to take note of if you're looking if you're looking to get a particular implant, but also if you want to get access to a certain thing and you have not figured out that there is another much easier and more practical way of getting to said thing. It makes more sense when it comes to us needing to go for the extra endings past this. Because yes, that's right, folks. This video, this level that we're on, Archon Grid, this gives us the first ending of the game. And I said first, there is more to go down this agoraphobic rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You know, it's a hole that just has a million other holes along the side.
And all of them have weird fleshy fingers sticking out of them.
Rude. I mean, yeah, I just woke up here. I'll take that, but I won't touch the orb. That orb looks important. I'll leave you to your wares.
You just sit there and ponder the orb for a while.
I was even generous enough to leave you your fucking slice of pizza. Be grateful.
And his life. I mean, I like pizza, but I like breathing more.
I mean, I guess the assumption is that, like, the air in here is still breathable.
Dude, this is a game where describing everything in this is as human. You're kind of grading on a curve.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Like, for all we know, everyone is literally breathing in toxic vapors from used ketchup packets.
So the route I took is, like, a very handy, like, relatively conflict-free shortcut that takes us to the front step of the boss. Like, if we did not take the shortcut we did, we could have, like, gone through, like, that room that is currently blocked off by that cube rock. So now we have to kill Abraxas.
The Jesse Ventura movie?
No, I was thinking more like, well, I guess the question is, how familiar are you, like, on Gnosticism?
I know a few bits and pieces. I've played a few Shin Megami Tensei games. Done my reading.
Yeah. Well, it's, well, yeah, that's where the name comes from. Abraxas.
Yeah.
That we killed that avatar from Gnosticism, which, admittedly, I'm drawing a blank on, like, the specific title as far as, like, what it represents, but it is thematically appropriate for, like, what exactly is we're doing and what is being demonstrated in the ending. But it's otherwise, like, a pretty simple fight, in all honesty. Like, you just... Oh yeah, I might as well just kill some extra people to kind of add for time while I'm here.
Yeah.
But it's the sort of thing where it's like, you enter the room, you kill its three faces, like, once they're active. Like, you can't shoot them from afar before they activate. That doesn't register as damage. So, like, once you see them, like, shoot the projectiles or, like, the sunbeam or whatever the hell, like, all that stuff, that's when they can actually be damaged. So just take, like, the heavy machine gun, strafe around them. Hopefully you're not being weighed down too much by other weapons or implants, and you're good.
Yeah, not exactly a Toho game in terms of complexity.
No, definitely not. Although, God, an arcade bullet hell shooter by Kalia, that'd be a trip.
The demiurge stole the precious thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm still drawing a blank on, like, all the the other Toho subtitles that I could possibly substitute words for Cruelty Squad, but, like, I'm drawing a blank. Admittedly, I only ever played Embodiment of Scarlet Devil and Perfect Cherry Blossom. I never really got into any of the ones before or after.
Look at
so
that.
Here we have a simple designed by programmer cutscene of just a character walking. Yeah, we finally woke up. Gorbino's quest is a nightmare. Yeah, flat definitely checks out.
I mean, there's a bit of green going on there, but sure.
Sky was pale blue, grass was green. That's 3 square meals if you know what I mean. This dude, MT Foxtrot, totally would be the kind of person who would literally and unironically say he wakes up every morning with a fat cup of piss. Do you mean to piss out? No, to drink.
I'm fairly certain he has more than 3 eyes.
Yeah. Yep, we're stuck here. past is ever present. The most metal line ever. The sun smiles at you with eternal malice.
Kinda reminds me of the Teletubbies, though.
Yeah, that baby was pure evil. Fuck him. Or her. I forget which one. Yeah, whatever. I think it was her. Yeah.
Menace like that has no gender.
True.
It just is.
So yeah, that's basically what goes on with this ending. It seems very anticlimactic and irresolute as fuck, doesn't it?
And yet completely in keeping with the game, because it's not giving you any answers whatsoever, and it'll be fucked if it's going to start now.
Yeah, and like the only things you can really glean from this in general is going back to what I talked about, where like the where like just the like the names of things. Like we were in the Archon grid. The boss was named Abraxas. Like these are all references to Gnosticism. The Archons being like the like hostile entities created by the Demiurge.
Yeah, Archons being sort of like they are to gods what gods are to us, essentially.
Yeah.
Being like over beings that exist only to punish.
Yeah, with like, the punishment being we get to live, I guess, or come back to life. Yeah. Which makes enough sense when you consider I've been going through every level and the first time completing it, doing it on punishment difficulty. You know, punishment received being we get to go back to having our divine light restored. We get to have a soul again. Yeah.
There's also a parasitic aspect to Archons as well. And one of the ideas is that the Demiurge essentially created the universe to have something to feed off of. And the Archons are sort of split off and also follow that kind of principle. Like, Gnosticism is metal as fuck.
Yeah. And just the, like, when you take into account, like, the names, the typical, like, theming that comes with that, like, you can basically surmise that, like, the result of what we did is that we basically killed the monitor of, like, of life and death, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, whether it means, like, because I think the initial theory would have been, like, oh, we made it so that people can actually die now for real and come to, and be at peace.
Yeah.
But there's still 2 more endings. That is clearly not the case. What I think this is more supposed to represent is more like the idea of any kind of permanent death of any kind is now, like, off the table.
Yeah, rather,
so
there's just an ever-present now, not a tomorrow, not a yesterday.
Yep, you were basically stuck. The past is ever-present. Sun smiles upon you with eternal malice. Like, if there was still any lingering single-digit monetary value left to life in this universe, we've now put it down. We made sure that its cap is now firmly at 0 cents.
TLDR, we did the biggest whoopsie in the history of ever.
We did the biggest. We did the biggest fuck up that we assumed at the time was absolutely a good idea because that means we're free, right?
Well, I mean, there's free, and then there's free.
Yeah.
Like, technically speaking, something with 0 value is free.
True, but valuable. That's another question.
Yeah.
And you can keep all these questions and theories in your head for when we get to the other 2 endings, because I think just having that food for thought will help you just a little bit more in discerning what the fuck even goes on in endings 2 or 3, because they're arguably even more confusing.